second week of Ken Paxton's impeachment trial will get started in just a few hours.
Paxton is accused of corruption, but he denies any wrongdoing. Our Victor Jacobo has been covering this trial from the Capitol since it started, and he's continuing our coverage there this morning, joining us live with what to expect on this second week. Victor.
Yeah, Rika and Steph, we heard from 4 witnesses during week 1 of this impeachment trial, mainly whistleblowers who had raised flags about Ken Paxton's conduct while he was leading the office of the Attorney General. This week, we'll get to hear from more witness testimony. Now, so far, prosecutors in this trial have focused on hearing from witnesses who help paint a picture of how Paxton allegedly used the power of the Attorney General to help a friend and political donor, Nate Paul. Experts told KHOU they expect the prosecution to dive more into issues of bribery at some point this week. Like I mentioned, we've only heard from 4 witnesses so far. That's from a list of more than 100 people who could potentially testify. Our political experts share with us who we can expect to hear from this week.
I think that there's a chance we're going to see Drew Wicker, who was the Attorney General's body man and can testify about some of the bribery issues. I think we're going to see Brandon Kammack, who was one of the individuals who was hired by Ken Paxton as an attorney. And we also may see some surprise witnesses like Nate Paul, who's at the center of the bribery case. So there are going to be some big opportunities, I think, this week for the prosecution.
Now, on Friday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who is presiding over this trial, said that both sides are about halfway through their allotted time to present their cases. Things get started back up here for week number 2 at around 9 a.m. this morning. Reka, back to you.
All right, Victor, thank you so much. Now, one name you may hear a lot during this trial is Brian Birdwell. He's been a Texas state senator since 2010, and he serves as the chair of the Rules Committee for this impeachment trial. Senator Birdwell is also a retired U.S. Army officer who was at the Pentagon on this day 12 years ago during the 9/11 terrorist attack. The senator suffered severe burns to more than 60% of his body and spent 26 days in intensive care before starting a 4-year journey to recovery.